I know the bubble trend wasn't for everyone, but I'm not gonna lie, I am so here for it. Especially the Alaïa fancy club style, like the take they've done on it, the whole outfit. Yeah. Give me 14 of those. The influencers have been eating up this look. I've absolutely not seen anyone wear this outfit and I think, what is that? Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's your girl from Business Enquiries. So today we are going to attempt to create the arm warmers that are currently going for 1.3k. If you have the money, please be my guest. Do spend it. It's your money to spend. However, what I do have is the right yarn for this tutorial and I can't wait for us to get started. I'm going to be working on the both arms at the same time simultaneously because I want it to be as even as possible. The most important part of the measurement is your wrist, just because this is like the biggest part that needs to fit in. So of course, when you're casting your first base, you want to make sure it's long enough. This is a 4.5 crochet needle. I think this is a good one to start with. So let's go. Okay, we have our 25 on here for our first cast. I'm just going to measure that out to see how it's feeling. This feels good. We don't want it to be falling away, so we are going to stick to 25 for now. It's so hard for me to show you guys what we're working with just because of the way this yarn is. Honestly, it's so much about feeling than it is about what you can see. And just like that, we have our first circle. So I'm gonna leave this how it is and actually do the same for the second pair. Also, from this stage, I'm going to start making it a bit wider on the width because we really want that gather bubble effect. So to do that, I'm going to make 3 rows, and on the 4th row I will just go back and add a 5th row, so that way it's a bit wider. I hope I'm explaining this properly. So this is our 3rd row and this is our 4th. So I'm gonna go back onto the same hoop and add 1 extra. So I'm doing this for every 4th row that we get up to. I have come to the end of the 3rd line, but 2 things. One, I'm going to change my crochet needle to the next highest one, which is 5.5 millimeters. And secondly, on here, I'm using a stat here as a guide. I've just realized that I've lost this one, so I'm going to use this little markers here so I know exactly what line I'm working with. We finished our circle with a 5.5. We are going to now move on to the next, which is the 6 millimeters. Another advantage of actually swapping the crochet needle is that it's much faster to work with as well, just because it's bigger, so the loops are a lot bigger as well that we're creating. Oh my god, I've forgotten how much work and arm workout working with this yarn is. I am pulling and dragging for my life, but the end result will be beautiful. So I feel like the width of this is good enough, like it's wide enough. So I'm not going to be adding the extra loops anymore. I'm just going to stick to the 6 millimeter needle for now and just crochet for a while and see what we're working with. I was a little worried that we wouldn't have enough yarn, but I think we'll be fine. We are on the halfway mark, which I'm very, very happy with. Really would love to have a skirt for this, so it can be a complete set like the Alaïa look, but that only depends on if I can find this yarn which I'm really struggling to do. To attach the yarn, there's not much going on. We're just going to tie it. Because of how fluffy and chaotic the yarn is naturally, it's so easy to attach as well, and it would like seamlessly flow into it. That's it. That is pretty much all we need to do, or at least how I'm going to attach the yarn this time around. It feels pretty secure. I'm gonna wear this over different things, but I'm going to add the elastic sleeves tomorrow morning when I wake up, just because it's getting a bit late and I kind of want to make sure I'm not doing everything when I'm too tired. Good morning. We have to do this again. So I was looking at it and I'm like, it's too narrow. I don't know what I was thinking last night. I was clearly too tired to function properly, because this is not it at all. The silhouette is fairly different from what we're going for, and I think the reason I was kind of like rushing is because I don't have enough yarn, and I was hoping I could just like make it look fuller if I make it look longer, but after trying it on, it just looks too boxing glove and less Alaïa, if that makes sense. Oh, and I also found one extra yarn, and so this will be half and half. Back on the 6mm crochet needle, and this is, there's no right or left arm, to be honest. I just want this to look as close to the original as possible. This is the 2 yarn on this. I honestly feel like this looks so much better. It's just like a really interesting, funny looking basket, but I feel like this is more the silhouette we're hoping for, unlike this. This is what we have so far. We have both sleeves. This is 2 rows of each, so about 4 yarn. I have 1 yarn left, which I'm going to be using on the both of them. So my arm warmers are still even, and I think so far so good. I've done a pretty good job of it, so I'm going to stop after this one here. Ooh, and this is what we have. Cut it off. So I found these scraps which I have lying around from an old DIY that I've done, and I'm going to be repurposing the cuffs here for this project, because on the website it doesn't really tell me if they added a cuff on the top and the bottom. I actually don't know, so I'm just making an executive decision to add to the top. I figured out the best way to actually attach the cuffs would be to sew it. All I've done is stuck this in, and I'm just going to sew it with some pins, and this would be the last and final step, and then it's done. This is what the final result looks like. Honestly, I absolutely am obsessed, but let me know what you think, and make sure to come back to my channel to see how I style it for anyone who would love to dive into this trend.